It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look at this team's veteran wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it's all up next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side, offense or defense, this is a nightmare. You're stressing them.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week. When we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
They get 18 on that one. That's enough for a first down. Tight end, the motion man to the right. Back to throw. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. They face 2nd down and 7. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to 1 score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the 4th quarter, if this thing's within 1 score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. 1st and 10. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. Here's 2nd and 6. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. A gain of 11 on that one, and that will be a 1st down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
2nd and 7. Now this time they'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. He'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically...
Powering forward, he's in. Has a touchdown. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to the rookie's second-round pick. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already just in this first quarter of play. It'll grind out a couple of yards, give them a little bit of space out to the 3. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Oh, boy, they got to be careful there. That was dangerously close to a safety and 2 points for the defense. But they do get it at the 1. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to manage to get this out of harm's way and bring it up to the 5-yard line. Good gain of 4. We're about ready now for the punt, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A run. Here's Harris. Finding room to the 20. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in for the score.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Extra point try forthcoming. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the visitors will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Going up top. That's caught! And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
And how impressive was that, Mike? I mean, not only to be able to generate that amount of separation downfield, but then to track the ball. Remember, this was a running back, but he looked like a wide receiver, and we're looking around the league, Mike, and a lot of these backs, in order to play in today's NFL, you have to be part receiver.
To the air now on 1st and 10. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, so I think, Mike, this is one of those decisions where the conditions and the elements definitely come into play. I think in a normal day of clear weather, this coach makes a different decision in this situation, but here I can totally understand why he decided to be aggressive and go for it on 4th down.
A pass taken in by Harris. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Harris. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll tuck it and carry that ball loosely, and it is out. It is picked up by the defense. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie. Now a run on first down. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And the score remains tied at 7.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
Here's 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Not much develops there. He'll get this to about the 43. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Now, faking the give. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
And this throw batted away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. That one taken in for the touchdown. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Makes the score. Visitors 14. Our home team 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That's to the right side and incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the 2nd half. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire 1st half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. That is caught at the 3. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown. A 3-touchdown game for him. That's now 5 on the year. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the visitors are out to a 21-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. He'll look to throw. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And here we have another missed opportunity for an offense that have already had a handful of them throughout this game. And let's be honest, Mike, you just can't afford to overthrow a man that's that open, especially when you're trying to overcome a double-digit deficit in the NFL.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Back to throw here to begin the drive.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
So we've reached halftime here in this 11-point game. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA.
The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. Throwing now from the gun. And he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll be third down. They'll look to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. This team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A pickup of 14 on that one, and that will be a first down. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down, so it's going to bring up 4th down. So the move is for the field goal unit here. This will be a 38-yard attempt. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And his guys are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. They'll throw out of the gun. That's going to be intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Nice job there by the defender. He's able to break up the pass, but I think if he's able to get there just a little bit sooner, now you can get two hands on the ball and give yourself a chance to come down with an even bigger play and come away with the pick.
To the right side here, pass is caught, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
At the 14-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. This is incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag.
Let's go now.
Back to the air one more time. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, he'll throw, and that is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own, and at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And his guys are back within 5.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Sensational return. They drag him down inside the 15-yard line.
All right, so if you're going to be a kick returner in the National Football League, you need these 2 things: balance, vision, and yes, speed doesn't hurt too much either. And all 3 of those were evident there. I mean, what a return that was to set his guys up starting this drive inside the red zone.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. 3rd down and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Up the middle they go. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make him cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. A give, and here comes Harris. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, right back to Harris. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Going right sideline and complete. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
To the air now on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now this team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the 4th quarter. Massive 3rd down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. And now things are going to get more difficult. Movement up front, going to move them further back. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
This is one of those plays, Mike, where just everything aligns. It's the right play call, the right target, an accurate ball, and then a lot of room to run after the catch. So if they can continue to find these matchups and these holes in the secondary with this quarterback and this playmaker group, man, this is a tough offense to slow down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A run with Harris, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd down, 3 to go. Try to run for it with Harris.
I think the decision of whether or not you kick the field goal or keep your offense on the field, Mike, comes down to, do you have a play on your call sheet you love? Do you have a critical down, 4th down play that you know is going to work? Because if you do, now's the time to dial it up, be aggressive, and extend this drive.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Moving the tight end right. He'll look to throw. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Now, faking the give. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The defense has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the 2nd half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then...
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
2nd down and 8. They run it over center with Harris. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Another run here with Harris. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. They'll give it to Harris again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the ground, this is Harris. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Here's a 3rd and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for our visitors. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
Paid for this?